Sierra Leoneans una kushe. We all are one, make we live together. Without peace, we no go before. Like you neighbor, no make palava. This salon, now no more we get. For the sake of the picking, then let we make salon. What you don't do for mama salon? When they say water, you say for rub you back. And inside you they give peace a chance. Let we make salon. Anything you do, give peace a chance. Let we make salon. And inside you go, give peace a chance. Let we make salon. Salon man, how you dey do? Salon woman do ya kushe oh. This na the temple that we make we country. Government property, not on am you own. Not out in the street, not in na office. Waiting up for me, not on am you own. Let we like salon, let we put them first. Live at peace inside salon. When they say water, you say fuck rub you back. And inside you they give peace a chance. Let we make salon. Anything you do, give peace a chance. Let we make salon. And inside you go, give peace a chance. Let we make salon.
Una good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever una day. We are back online today. It has been a hectic few days. And today we are coming to discuss something we Sierra Leoneans then feel say impossible, we really in a part of governance. Everybody they talk about constitution. Yes, the constitution is there. It's a set of rules, it's a law. But we get forget other guiding principles for make we able run with country within that constitution. Because if we left and say constitution, a lot of people go misinterpret them and use how they like. I make all tell the allow constitution, I ain't get problem, me not get problem. We problem is we not get ethical standards, we not get guidelines as to how for run with country. So today we can talk about defining limits for politics and state management in Sierra Leone. These don't have to be written in a constitution, but it's a set of guidelines, conventions we will adopt. The United Kingdom of Great Britain, we've been colonized with. They not get constitution. They never write a constitution, but the country they run. Because they get set of guidelines where they run the country, where people and they say, okay, this is how we're going to do it within this limit and within this judgment profile. But we everything with the Allah, law, and we not even understand what in law mean. But without going further, allow me course line self-structure on a small.
Famule Minakabo plenty kushetona. I do agree with my brother, and the agreement make we did before na today, now on television. Indeed, we country, we get certain ethics we lacking. And the reason we make we can talk about anything there, now because we get everything wrong side, inside out. It's like where we close them in those days, they say, you don't get that you water was close them, then you close them where you know iron yet. So today, let we pull we goose, let we light them, let we soak them close there and can give them good ironing. The word constitution, what would they use all the time? You cannot use a constitution where you self not get constitution. Because waiting at your constitution, that is now you make up, your routine, your pattern of behavior, your character. You, when they use the constitution, you forget ethical values. And when you get small picking, from baby stage, you begin to teach them routine. When for sleep, when for grab, when for eat. Then you go find out for say, the picking go grow the way it for grow. But you can they, usa you get your toilets now, you eat. It is not crazy that you get toilets in a house, you get living room, you get dining room. These are ethical standards, them way they set up for in our homes. Morals. What's in our morals? Morals, now they rule them. They we would they follow. You know they eat with your left hand. Now your right hand you they eat with. Where you want for eat you they wash your hand. These are ethical values them where we don't put together. Now we society, now we community, where we sabi. So ethics now moral principles that governs a person's behavior or in which you conduct your activities. You grab in the morning, you brush your teeth. Every morning you brush your teeth. If you don't get that routine, you don't use for behave or for work within certain perimeters, you will find out for say if you get constitution, you go use that. For that you use constitution, you self get forget constitution, you get forget to make up, you get forget them values that they we go make if they say 4 o'clock, you go follow at 4 o'clock. If they say 4 o'clock, they will let me go, I will go 5 o'clock. Like when Salomon they waste them time, they make invitation and put 3 o'clock. When nobody know they go to 3 o'clock. Because we get watch them, but no, they use with time. You know, them basic things there, we see them every day. Then we
Most
call
of
them.
the time, we know the use, we don't get the values them.
Now the values we not get, which is the ethical
We they use the time, but we they
standard.
use them wrongly.
Exactly. So when you talk about ethics, you talk about moral codes. You talk about moral. You talk about morality. You talk about moral standard. You talk about moral principles, moral values, rights and wrongs, principles, ideals, creed, credo, ethos, rules of conduct, standard of behavior, virtues, dictates. Dictates. These are the things. And not anything there that they're missing. Everybody they do things how he wants. When they say not for parking, so man he can't park him motor car left, I go keep comping. Hey, but now left me, bo. I go put the motor car on my head. We dey make the rules them. But if you are not follow the rules, then what's the point of making those rules? And that they happen to constitution, where all man go, the constitution not there, the constitution not good. No. We problem not to the constitution, we are not using it. Most of man they get toilet, in the pit na pala. What's in toilet there for? Most of man get toilet, and they bring potika in a room because he too lazy for grab for go wee wee. All these things they show say we are a lazy bunch of people them we too comfortable. Outside we dey, we no want for comot or discomfort we self for let we go able for. Because if we not do that, because I mean they talk the other day about the 3 C's. Where they talk about choices, chances, and consequences. If you make choices, you have to make a sacrifice. It comes with sacrifice. It's not for free.
I can come in.
Yes.
we are looking at a collective of people.
Mhm.
And we are looking at a set of people given a responsibility
Mhm.
for do certain services on behalf of the people.
Mhm.
That group that we call the political class,
Yes.
and that group that we call public servants. You see, when we talk about ethical standards at that level, we have a look at how we they determine what's good for society, what's not good for society, and what's are the lines them where they draw say, this not the upper side where anybody can go, this not the lower side where anybody can go. You see, just like what I can say, and I believe say maybe in the talk to that, they tell you in a joking way say, na brainwashing we get necessarily not to education.
Yep.
We have been brainwashed such that we know all the terms, but we don't know their meaning and we cannot apply them.
You cannot apply them.
A lot of people there amongst the people in politics and governance will go tell you, say, in do maths at university, do calculus. Calculus in practical term means setting limits. How you go set up a limits where somebody not they go above? How you go set lower limits where somebody not for go below? Then how you go say, then why have FIBA, then for work together, then why no FIBA, then for this so. Where then they call integration and differentiation. That's simple mathematics day. Some man they go and get PhD in maths in not sabi apply them. And as a matter of fact, most of the people taking decisions for we country, unfortunately, not get the basic logical training for take decisions. Because for take decisions on behalf of an institution or a group of people, you forget certain training. We forgive you the ability for say, okay, if I do this, this will be the result. If I do that, that will be the result. You understand?
Mhm.
Having an education in any subject without proper training in areas of logic, areas of rational assessment, we go call philosophy, we not empower anybody for be in a public office. And this is part of the problem we have. Most times, people do interpretations based on their own opinion, not to waiting rational for everybody. And that is what is keeping us in the woods in Sierra Leone. And this is more so with people who hold leadership positions in public offices. It's not only about the head of state, across the board. The minute somebody gets a public office, they convert the office into himself. There has to be limits to which you they involve yourself in your duties as a public official, even if it's a private business you are running, even if it's your own business you are running, you can forget limits as to your private involvement in the running of the business. Otherwise, the business not they go before.
That is why.
If you get a business where they run, you just dey use the money how you let. Where you buy market, rather than you look for the basic profit for reinvest them, you dey take the market they give away to people and because you want show off. Do you expect that business to go forward? It will not. Because you know they use the basic logic and rationality for make the business go before. What they talk about ethics and morals. Not to say now fixed rules them way they friend all over the world. These are determined by the vision, the culture, and the character which society want for take. So the question we have to ask here is, has Sierra Leone a vision? Do we have a character that we want to shape ourselves into?
Um, I agree with you entirely. I'm glad the way you bring this aspect campaign with discussion today. The world where we live in, it get diversity. In as much as we talk about ethics, that is moral values, then vary from place to place.
Yeah.
Some country then beach, na nude, then they go there. They know they wear clothes.
Yeah.
Naked they carry mommy born them. But other country then where you cannot do that on the beach, then they arrest you.
Exactly.
Now crime. You
Yeah.
cannot display yourself publicly. You get some country there, you they do this finger, yeah. It's a normal thing. Some country then it's not acceptable.
It's
It
an
just not like
insult.
we homes them. Some language then that some homes then like the K word, the homomy comot, they use and it's not
My
acceptable.
also grow, they not be the grill or whistle, so I not sabi whistle. Let you know that.
Exactly. So even the homes themselves, the ethical values vary from home to home.
So home.
And this is the reason why sometimes, even when we get marriages, we can get problems. Because when two people emerge, no matter how una love una self, una come from two different backgrounds. Una get for
Exactly.
try for find a
Forget a
way
common ethical guideline
value.
home they operate on. Now you've hit the nail on the head. If the home has to have a common ethical background, guideline for use for make the home run smoothly, what about the society? Do you think a constitution is enough? The home where they call the home, the laws of society, they for guide the man and the wife. If you beat your wife, police, they call you, not so.
Mhm.
But it still happen because we not get ethical guidelines in the home.
Well, well, they come. For like you show say salon no get
It's not
ethical
just they
values.
assist you
Yeah,
for build up
yes.
what
But
you they
excuse
work
me, man, that's
towards.
not dialogue. That's what we're doing. That's what we do here. You know, for back what you they talk. Even they married, what they do. We get value system, say, we they get God mommy. Now that it's a long community, God mommy, then they will know one day married in their life. How you go be God mommy? Who is a godmother? A godmother is a mentor for marriage. Somebody we don't
Sharing
marry with
experience.
experience, it don't go for
As a
years.
matter of fact, you know, they make anybody when reach 5 years in marriage yet
A
for big God
marriage
mommy
for be
or
God
God
mommy.
daddy or
But
God
now
daddy.
when they see person where don't divorce, then they make a God mommy, a divorcee, where it is contrary to with traditions and culture in Sierra Leone. Person will not one day married because he get money, then they go pick up for big God mommy. How you go able to mentor them people there where you not ever serve within that capacity? What you go able to pass down to them? Because in those days, where society, the traditional, we they do the job what papa they do. If your papa na fisherman, you na fisherman. So you papa na they mentor you. If you papa na lawyer, they be lawyer. In those days, all the lawyer that way with the in those days, then papa na lawyer, then grandpa na lawyer, then great grandpa na lawyer.
Same with
It,
other professions.
and even the schools them, where they go, the school where papa go, now they the pikin they go, now they the great grand pikin they go, now they the whole family they go. So then get how you call them, a pattern of behavior where they don't pass down from one generation to another. Then get order. Now make a talk for say every house get dining room, get living room, get toilet, get pantry, get store. All them places that they are designated areas them for designated purpose. We not go get a society where we not get line, we not get boundaries. Everybody they do as he wants. As my brother put a limit. So the society they gather. They make an informed decision. Say, we as a people, which kind of rule they guide we in a religious, because the words of morals, it come from religion. Because things that
I
we get produce moral
say religion they use them because moral began exist before religion.
before religion.
The
Yes,
Greeks were using it
exactly.
even before Christianity and Islam come near there.
So when I get forget moral values and principles, and the moral values now would I get them? Now the people, just like democracy.
Many
Now the
people.
people get them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you talk for govern, who are you they govern? Now the people. So everything that a society is never about one person. It is about everybody. Everybody for be agreeable to those rules. Say this with village na ya. First, you know they go toilets na bush. Oh. If you go toilets na bush, then go fine you, and there are consequences. This is
There
society,
were
yeah.
certain rules in certain villages about when for go get water, usai for get
Forget
water,
what?
when for fishing,
When
when
not
for
finish.
hunting, etc., etc.
Yeah.
These were values that the people kept to because they believe saying it's not about trying to deter somebody or some set of people, but it's about conserving what they have so that they will be able to use it for a long time. These were management rules where people then be they use at their own level. If you want, you call them environmental management, you want, you call animal husbandry management, etc. But the fact is, they had limits. And what he made clear was when these norms and values had been established, nobody breaks it. Nobody. Not even the paramount chief.
And one thing they were for add Pantapide, not to just the paramount chief is duty for make sure see they uphold those principles. Now everybody responsibility. Because
Everybody
even if the
responsibility.
chief break them, the population will go, I will not agree. One law
Mhm,
for you, one law
mhm,
for we
mhm,
nobody accept them.
mhm.
It has
And so
to be
therefore, the chief therefore always be the example where the people and they follow.
exactly.
This is what we have lost.
We don't lost that one
This is
totally.
what we have lost because we get this confusion between we as a human bundle, I go put the word bundle, what they call society, against we as people that will see we self as Western. I
Now
know I
Western
use
they
the
get
word
their own
I
rules.
know I use the word civilized because that will be a wrong word.
Yeah, it is,
But
it
we
is.
see we self as Western. We they copy things they will not understand, try for use them in our society.
Waiting bad, not to for try for copy things they will not understand. And the fact say, we dey neglect we own, we go take something we will not sabi, then we cut up, we are neither here nor there.
Well, we
Because
are saying
what
the
you they
same
talk
thing
so,
using different words.
all the things that way Western, they have rules. I can give you an example. A lot of people feel say when they go to court, when they see the judge sit down, the judge get power. No, it gets statutory rules. It get rules them within the court system where they operate. Every case will come before them, then get statutory rules. This case here, if you get A, B, C, na 10 years jail. If you get A, B, C, and it comply with C, you for reduce them to 8 years. Now that makes if they jail somebody, the judge not take those principles into consideration, then they appeal. It go before other judge, we go interpret the law as stipulated by the books. Even civil service, they get statutory rules. Rules them where they guard them.
Yeah.
So in any
And
society,
rules
and
them
if
the
we
day.
come back
Not to
to
say the
primitive
rules not there.
animals, we come back to primitive animals. Me men upline. I see ethics they play within the animal kingdom. That you not say if you get past 500 fallen hoes, now one green cock the crow.
Yeah.
No other male cock the crow, now one cock the crow, now the alpha male. If any other cock crow, now problem for him. He's the only one allowed to. Now the same thing where you get a pride of lion. The pride of lions, mostly it comprises of about 6 females. They either be blood or a coalition of females together. Guess what? Then get a leader. We know the matriarch. Now in the give instructions. Now in the control that group they. Then get 2 males then they. Mostly 2 males then they get today. Then get 6 females. Then control their territory. Then organize themselves. Then decide when they go hunt. Then decide who that they left when they go hunt. Then they decide who that they left for take care of the young one them for make them safe. Because in case other pride come on their own territory, Canada territory, they go can't kill them, picking them for make them die. So then the left one, when they make sure say they're safe, we go give them the alarm bell, say we don't get intruder them. So if animal them, what would they say? We intelligent pass them, then get systems. They have systems. How much more we?
Well, that's the other side of brainwashing that was given to us. That superiority complex, and that's the effect with society. From begin to we say we are higher than animals who told us that these things have life like us.
You know what
Maybe
I
they
enjoy
don't
today?
speak. Maybe they don't speak, but they communicate in their groups. They know how to communicate.
Oh, very well.
If you're not person we don't get pets, you go no say animals they communicate.
Yep.
When they need something, they know what to do. If they want food, then they come to you. Then they can't catch you or rub by your foot or something.
Yep.
You need only for understand the language.
Yeah.
An animal way doing good, they say thank you. They get a sound way they give. But we were brainwashed for us to feel that these people up there are the first class, the one they are the second class, who they are the third class. Animals don't think. I make a tell you, say all the education we get in Sierra Leone are brainwashing. And that are the first thing what we need for change for begin understand why we country static. Because when you have brainwashed people in public offices, we not even understand themselves as individuals. You know what thing they happen? Now the opinions and they take run the state. And when people run the state by opinion without any consideration for standards, then there is bound to be what is happening in Sierra Leone. You cannot run a state by opinion because the state now a living organism, but a very complex one. Your opinion is just one opinion amongst opinions. Your opinion can never be the only correct one always. So now need for get guidelines for say when this happen, na so we dey deal with them. When that happen, na so they deal with them. That is not the law. The law is there to say when you create this problem, now these consequences. Okay? That's why I started by saying the United Kingdom of Great Britain not get constitution. They never write a constitution. But then get conventions when are ethical guidelines where then they use for running society. When they go to parliament, then get set of rules them where then they use in a parliament. would they guide them throughout the debate. When they go at cabinet meeting, they get set of rules where they guide them. Then they get a set of rules also where they guide the distinction between the parliament, the judiciary, and the monarchy.
Yeah.
But we in Sierra Leone, because we are so opinionated, we feel say when somebody don't go sit up yonder, now for the talk all man clap.
Well,
It's
we
just
don't.
one opinion amongst opinions.
Now with society is one
I know
way.
they hear you.
I say with society, now one way not tolerant to multiple opinions. We don't use the
And
orthodox
this is
culture
not part of our tradition. People
Mm-mm.
want us to believe it's traditional. It's not.
because we don't create a habit. We come out from some of the people and where we don't mix with in the past. I'm glad we talk about that at the back room today. Because we're Sierra Leonean and we talk about colonial. Now European and we think about. But the Arabs colonized us way before the Europeans came. And
In
in
the
fact, they
10th
did 10
century,
times more damage than the Europeans. Because this totalitarian mentality, where if you are in authority, you get for bulldoze, it comes from the Arabs. Because remember, tell them where we small with the land Quran. If you learn Quran, you know what in Karmoko can do? You cannot question him. His views are superior, they are not questionable. If you give you an exercise, you miss them, it beat you black and blue. There's nothing you could do about it. So quite a lot of people run away from learning the Quran, because to start with, where you go before you in the morning, you go, you wash, you add the alwala, you crop am,
Ewala.
you put an asan, you got to go find wood for am. Where you don't go find wood, then sometimes your wife gives something for go sell for am. When you come back, if you lost the bit where they give you, you go forget it and be born you. So that system, the way with man and kanka now, that style of Karamokoism, now him, the teacher, the back, let's have copy for beats, for times table.
Because it became a culture in us.
Yes. You see, so all them things there, we
I
get
will
to
give a very
understand how
recent
they introduce
example.
them. Yeah.
A very recent example was when some guys from Saudi Arabia came to Maboka to open the Islamic College. Then part the way big pass the way we born the way they go, they then get mind for the beach there, say for land. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Culture we have is not African nor European. There are times we can say, oh, Europeans did it. They didn't do all
No,
those
they
damages.
did. They did,
They met
yes.
those damages.
And
The
that's what the
damage
European themselves,
where the European involved, now the transatlantic slave trade. And as a matter of fact, not only start slave trade. The Arabs start slave trade in
and the
Africa.
Asian, they scatter. The Asians.
Who did it centuries before the Europeans came to Africa.
But guess what?
So
That's
that
what you.
culture will develop. Now we don't take now the govern we self.
Funnily, the European themselves, the colonial mentality, it is lands, because that's what the Romans can colonize them. They walk them. They walk them like dog. Them. So that's them go
Ancestors them
get
be suffer.
away.
Oh. They suffer.
Really.
They suffer from the Romans and the Greeks.
And one of the people that will resist them big time, now the Norwegians, them, the Huns,
The Vikings.
the Vikings.
You
So
see, we country need a lot of changes. And we need for get a set of guidelines for we country. If we don't have those set of guidelines, every Jack and Tom will come and interpret things as they want. Yes, we need laws, but how do we interpret them? Especially so in a place where the separation of powers not so acute and also distinguished. You need a set of guidelines. We need ethical guidelines. For example, look at the way the issue of the Auditor General's office has been treated.
That's a very
When you
good
look at
example.
that issue through and through, you not see anything ethical about the case with them bill against the Auditor General and the assistant. I may want to say the Constitution says nothing about what has been done.
They were sacked for doing their jobs. They not do nothing. They just sack them because
The
they do their job.
Constitution, as a matter of fact, say all public officers and offices should be audited.
Which
All.
includes the president's office and the president.
There is no exclusion. All. The monarchy in England is audited. Yes. If people don't know that, let them go find out.
Well, the audit starts from the budget. They have a budget, and then they go over.
And same for they far from you set we can talk the voice now they come.
I say the audit starts from the budget because they are budgeted and that's when they decide almost then they spend. Now somebody else, they decide what they spend per year. And anything what they give them has to be receipted. You get for sure receipt for USA you spend the money.
Yeah. In Norway, the King of England and the household, they require them for give quarterly statements of account, just like any other business. If you have a business registered in this country, you have to give quarterly statement of accounts. If you don't do that, you are in big trouble because at the end of the year, then they charge you 50% of what they expect saving for make for the year as fine.
Well, to start with, certain principles, then they when a standard. I don't care where you are on this planet. Where you deal with money, we know to you get forget account.
You get for the account. Once you don't register a business, if that money are part of the business, now you put on there, you get for the account for them.
Once you don't make them a public news, public business. If not public business, you get for pay taxes, and if you get for pay taxes, then get for know what's in your principal amount, then get for know what's in your expenditure, and then get for know what's in your profit. So if you overspend, then get for no, because all of that
when they talk say for present statement of account, you know you just go write any kind thing you go give them. When you don't write what you get for right, you have to employ somebody when a professional accountant for look at them. Then, if they are not satisfied, they would send auditors to come and audit your books. That is part of the rule. And nobody is exempted anywhere on earth. The President of the United States is audited.
Well, that is the whole reason why it is important for make everybody take part in the process. It's a process.
Like everybody taking part is one thing, Imran.
Yes.
You cannot take part in something you don't understand. And if you don't understand it, let me make my point, sir. The reason for ethical guidelines is not to tell you what to do, but to make you know when you do this, it's wrong. When you do that, it's right. Now, what will they use now, say, Leone? Ignorance of the law is no excuse. It's very stupid. If the person don't know, he don't know. So there should be guidelines. Well, it is the responsibility of society to provide members of the society with guidelines. It is because we generation not been come with guidelines as how for bring up people. Now I make today see all the picking them wayward. The young generation, they all wayward. Now I make rape, crime, and everything boku.
Waiting na the problem where we get, there is a disconnect. We are not talking with one another.
Because
to start,
we have been irresponsible, Imran.
yeah, I know
Disconnect does not come
that
as a magic.
that is the point. That is the point I'm making. If you can allow me for make bring and calm down. The disconnect not of today it begin. Now a chronic problem. When you don't get a society, when you get a leader, the leader they talk, see, then when they not be nothing, now me go make the decision for them. Now me get for decide for them. Isn't that what they did during the independence, where the people consulted? They were not consulted because some Karmoko they will feel say na in sabi na in getting knowledge. You know, at the end of the day, you they cook for people. First and foremost, you get for ask waiting the people they want for it. You know, just go come out, you go impose pan and say when Natula now feasting them for each Friday. Did you ask them? Did they take part in that decision? You cannot do that. And these are some of the things where they happen in our society. You get certain people and we feel to say they're no better than everybody else. They should be the ones pulling the strings. No, society not they work like that. A structured
And then the
society.
life and themselves, they call themselves chosen few. I don't know
Exactly.
that choose them.
I don't know
So
that
then I'm lucky, I mean choose them. That
because
children call us lucky.
because at the end of the day, you know, when I get a society, that society day, if you get for function, when I all get for decide, say, just like what you say earlier. We nah. You remember in those days, naturally, they safroko them. Then they sharp their teeth. But the tonko limba, they know they sharp their teeth.
Yeah.
Even though they're all na limba them, we
But then get different approaches for do things.
Exactly. You know,
Just
these
like
are the
when you go
things.
Nigeria, you get certain set of people, then they mark them face.
Then they mark
What they know
themselves.
you do.
So not they mark themselves.
Yeah.
You know? So basically, what we are saying is like, for instance, look, this Bondo business. I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong, but it's our culture. Don't you think it is for the indigenous people to decide how they want to deal with it? Were these people consulted?
On that issue again, we bring come about Bondo, you just don't justify the need for ethical guidelines.
Yes.
What do I mean? In those days, yes, there was a tradition where then they do this surgery on the women. Why they did it was good for that time. The Bondo Society itself is a school that was established to train girls, home economics, maternal duties, etc., etc. Some they go there, then they go learn about local herbs, then they take 3-5 years there, they learn. For come back and serve society.
How for seduce
You
men?
cannot condemn. The point I'm making is you cannot condemn Bondo. But maybe certain practices, the way you go say, it's time we change it. But you have to do it within the limits of a guideline.
Guidelines. Get the people that are all involved for make that guidelines day.
Not by an opinionated, loud talking.
Exactly. Because with man say
get the people for convince say, yes, we not see reason for do this anymore. Lord, stop them.
Because
but we not alone. Everything now.
The only reason why we do it now, not so because we see them as the people, we review we own practices. Now because with man say we for do it.
So wait man.
Arekam, me they of a different opinion there. Because the with man they wo they panaya, then they do sex change. Man they come out, he go fix Tolodi, woman they come out, he
So,
go dig,
with
you know. So
Marcos,
what is more draconian than that? That is their society, that's what they want to do. Are we interfering in that? No. If we get, you see, part of we growth, now for will become critical in we thinking. Now they are glad that you don't always make this point here, say the way we didn't teach you. Look at me now. What we go to school with the call, give me party the book for all. One of the things I work around now, give me this principle. The only book I say when the body is partially immersed in water, there's a loss of weight, which is equal to the weight of the object displaced by water. If you ask me what in an imitate, they are not sabi.
can you explain it for us, sir?
Don't know, I not sabi. I memorize them, I put them, they mark me for them. Then the next thing was sabi, now where the blacksmith guy say, Uraka, Uraka, that is Archimedes. Uraka, Uraka, I found out. What you found out? You know? Then they give with this here, we read them. Then Dalton's atomic theory, memorize them. Then you commodate Newton's law of motion, you memorize them. But the
Are they say?
application, so what I'm saying
Are
here
they say? I want to get me point clear.
Uh-huh.
You still not get me pointed. Everybody now Homo sapien. Everybody they think. But now imagine say, we'll be saying everybody think how for drive for himself. If we say traffic go move, traffic rules now set of social standards or guidelines. The traffic law, whether they take for jail you or fine you when you commit a crime as a driver, is different from what they teach you when you drive, not so?
Mm-hmm.
When you go for land driving, then they teach you a number of rules, not so?
Yep.
And these rules are not enforced on you. Now, guidelines for tell you say, you are part of a social environment, you therefore make sure say things work for everybody's interest.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the same thing within the state. We can have all the laws, but the laws cannot make people do it right. Because most times people are not even get time for read the laws here. But if you get ethical guidelines, where then go make society understand, where then go make people then be conversant with. If you get ethical guidelines where you go be debates, where people then they engage in all the time for make them know say, for this reason, if we do this, now this go happen. For that reason, if we do that, now that go happen. Then you they make a better society.
Yeah.
But when you leave everything to one man to dictate how things should be done, you they put society at risk.
And one thing they were very important, Naya, where I just want for flag up. Where you get set of rules, it help for keep equality.
Yes.
Stability.
Yes.
Equilibrium. Like for
Especially
instance,
if you teach the people, then they understand them.
yes. Because, like for instance, even this traffic, I'm glad the way you bring this traffic law. Do you know every country get your own traffic law? You get generic aspects of it, but every country, like for instance, England, where traffic lights go red, now red, they turn right, they turn left, you get for wait for and take change. If you mistake, then go mistake upon you. Now America now, if traffic lights go red, you can turn right, not to crime, but if you get accidents, now you fault. But you can turn because you see the traffic. Them, now they rule that one day. And everybody know that's in America. See, even though when the light red, since you can see the traffic before you, you can turn right. You understand? Yeah. But it's applicable now America. You know they don't know. Then America, in most area they know where they drive, 12 midnight, the overhead traffic lights, and they only go amber. That they wait for traffic lights because traffic not there. Now England, I like at 5 o'clock morning. Where show red. I like no motor cannot day. You not allow for move. If you move 1 centimeter.
Well, another side connected to that they talk so.
Mm-hmm.
In Norway,
Mm-hmm.
all traffic lights get uh, sensitive cameras where if the traffic from this side should be waiting, but there is no vehicle coming, especially in narrow roads.
Mm-hmm.
If there is no vehicle coming, the camera they activate the traffic light, it change. The minute where you car come within 10 meters of that traffic light, it change automatically, you the go ahead.
Yeah. So when I get serious digital advanced system,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
see, when
Yeah.
when I did think then these people, I make way people like you come out, then they do this in America. Do you understand the American culture and belief system? Is the American culture and belief system adaptable to Sierra Leonean cultural and belief system? You not just go take something na Jerusalem, you can't implant an Sierra Leone, expect them for work. The
And not get for
mindset,
work.
you
But
these are getting
what you want get clear,
uh-huh.
I have never been convinced that this FGM campaign was started by the white man. I always have the belief that somebody, we get a bigger mentality in Africa. Somebody created a scenario out of it for make them get money. Because this FGM, anti-FGM campaign has been going on since the 90s. Since 1990. 30 days.
Make I give you a story. Me family, we don't get 2 generations then we not go bondo. The last
What is wrong
generation,
about that?
the last generation then we go. Now me mama them. Me mama, she's 96. Between me mama and his sister them, they make a decision for we own family. Say what in
Not
them go
by force.
through,
Even in Sierra Leone, not to by force.
not to by force. Within we own family, this now the rule. And from that time, when sisters then they decide not a single member of the family for 2 going to 3 generations now.
And nobody has taken them anywhere for that.
Because it happened within we own community. But what you
The
talk
question
so,
I'm raising,
what I
it
get you
happened in Sierra Leone.
this point where you talk so, I subscribe to you entirely. Their how you call them? Their NGO business culture. Now, one thing where we get for look very serious in that country, because quite a lot of them then surveys them and things that they do, it is based on criminality. Because waiting down now in Sierra Leone, we they talk about ethical things. Waiting are ethical things, that things them about rights and wrong. When nothing not happen in Sierra Leone, that thing.
There is no right or wrong anymore. It's about how
What
to
did
make
not happen in
money.
Sierra Leone? What did I notice? Now today I make this statement, and they can't use an aya. What did not happen in Sierra Leone? This thing where we forfeit for when are the right things we forfeit for. We not defect for them anymore. You know who defect for now? We defect for Uda we like and Uda give we couple.
That's it.
We not defect for rights anymore.
Rights don't exist anymore.
No. We not defect for rights. Now so one mommy can me daddy 80th birthday. Now me daddy talk for say about this country away I cancel. Where I not work all my life for. Then they give me pension. My country where I work for. They don't owe me past 30 years. They not pay me don't know. Now me daddy say, furthermore, I talk for say, this is what you call government. Government will care about the people them. We're interested in them people them, wishes, their aspirations, and their life. They develop them. It say, but Sierra Leone, the only time we not say we get government now where you kill person. Now in this Creole mami eri, now he laugh. He say, hey, Pature, you don't make mistakes. So he said, nah, be first time in una days. He said, nowadays, not the way you kill them family. Now way you kill them, your family. He said if you kill person, the person
Unless
not
you
family,
kill
they will not be sick.
1,000 people, they not care.
They don't care. Now when you kill the
Well, if
immediate
any of
family,
them family die, you are finished. In fact, you know they reach the police, they don't check.
they're not even charge. They're not even they charge you self if you not to the family and then kill. You know, see presiding kill a whole mortal man, almost hide. They're not charge him. He not go court. They're not bail am for him. And so he left for nothing. The people like say fufafu.
Yeah,
You know
because we not get ethical guidelines and standards now with society.
how we go get them when the people and they wait for make international community can do it for them. When the people they wait,
It's national community in business.
you know. So you find out for say the community not a function because what the thing they are all what they talk it starts from a strong community.
Ask you a simple question.
Yes, sir.
You expect an outsider to come and make laws for you in your house? As we are in London now.
Since when?
Huh?
Since when? Me brother, you are where you choose now. You know how you choose the born you. So now you get for make the decision. When for pull the source for
Do
where
you
choose.
expect an outsider for come make law for you now your house?
Never. Now they pay me rent. Now they provide for me from your house where they can decide which are the
Do we expect the international community to come and make those rules for us?
Well, this is what
See, one thing we need to get clear,
colonialization
and I think it's
don't do to
time
the people there.
we begin to say it. Still, people and they go around with that they say about regime change.
That is the biggest insult.
You have to be careful how they use that word there.
And the biggest insult to we community.
Because Peter Penfold got involved in the politics of Sierra Leone in 1997. He and Tijan Kaba, they make arrangement for get money for fund an intervention force. The British government denied being involved. There was an inquiry about that sandline issue, not so. Stayed in England, not so. We can distinguish between official government policy and non-official government involvement. And we also know say this corruption will be all about all over the place. Maybe then at the white world pathway.
Yeah, he did. Of course he did. But that
If
thing
you
that what
can't
you
talk
talk
to
about.
anybody in a public office, it is unofficially and unethically using office for assist you for go do something wrong because he feels say and not get for affecting economy and in country.
Papa, that particular decision there, was it done in parliament? Did they consult? Did they consult the chiefs, the tribal authorities?
Never.
You know, these are the things because anything whether for happen in states, why you feel say in constitutions, certain things that they will get for get 2/3 majority and then get for do referendum. Why? Now because now the people then get for decide what they want.
They come. Let me guide you. This issue about the supremacy of parliament and the role of parliament as the oversight institution for the state. Whether it is the constitution or not, it is a rule of thumb where every society will follow. But in we own country, we break them. How do we break it? By rigging elections for make sure say the parliament gets the same political party as the executive.
So we don't get checks and balances.
No.
So nobody know hold them accountable.
Even oversight is not properly done.
Then
that's why even the Auditor General's reports, which will go to Parliament for Parliament to look at it and make certain recommendations or set up committees to do further investigation. Then go tell you Auditor General reports the Parliament 1, 2, 3 weeks saying you know you're nothing. Go na the website, you go meet all the reports and they ask what has been done, little has been done about them.
Yes.
So why do we want accountability when we don't have ethical standards?
This is the whole thing. And the ethical standard mostly if for the now the you see when people when they talk about this word here, when they talk then say sovereignty belongs to the people. The ethical standard, the crowd, now the people.
Yes.
Now
Then
the
I make
people.
them not they make the
If
people
the
they are aware.
people know they act on
Mister,
them things
you
they
don't
are,
come. You listen
yeah,
to me. I beg pardon.
yeah.
Don't blame the people all the time. You don't ask Leone, a small boy going to school and tell you, say, ignorance of the law is no excuse, not to so.
Mm.
Well, from that on, they tell you ignorance of the law is no excuse. You never any discussion on radio whether they discuss the laws them. You never see outside and they put the laws them for people and for read.
A lot of people don't even know what's in the constitution to start with, for starters.
Because we don't have places for them to access them. If they're online, yes,
But
we go to save that.
but
But
even
even in
so,
Sierra Leone, with people that will not go school, they don't ever make attempt for explain the constitution to them.
even so, you find out for say we get constituencies. Not to everybody will able to go to parliament. The parliament not get space for that. Now make them choose
Yes.
constituencies, then choose one
Yes.
person for represent you.
Yes.
They don't even come to report back to the people what they are there for. When
They
the laws
cannot
then they
come
pass in
back and begin
parliament,
to read the constitution to the people.
then so well that is their job. And are they
No,
supposed
the
to come to the
government
people
should
and
have
say
that job. Now, part of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting and
that
job.
is part of their job, but the MP, when they represent the people them put them the best for make they represent their vested interest. And if then they pass a law where not meet that criteria, it is for him to come and do, because when you're not MP, you're not advocate, you're not activist, you're not teacher, you're not police. It comes with a lot of roles. Now that makes them they give you every MP in Salon gets allowance for me then get a researcher and a PA for do research.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I want you to be careful.
I am sure.
I want you to be careful.
I
They
will
may
give
have
them a
all
document.
those extra allowances.
You know the allowances, then even they get sitting allowance. Then they get salary,
I
then
know
they
that.
get sitting
I
allowance.
know.
They're not going
I
to make up
know.
their mind whether they're sitting allowance and they give them or then they give them
How
salary.
they come, Imran? How they come? You see, there are times we want to blame certain things, but let us look at the way the society is organized. Now you just justify what they talk, say we need ethical standards. No way. No way. Then constitution are from 18 almost. Every 17 million they celebrate them as Constitution Day. They don't make several amendments to them. But you know what is beautiful about Norway? Not only the amendments, then they concentrate on are the ethical guidelines. Then get a whole booklet of ethical guidelines where then they update. Since 2005, they form a special ministry for that. No government now they change that ministry there. No, you can't forget a minister for under ministry. Then call her Ministry of Modernization and Decentralization. Now, under them, that ethical guidelines there. And that ethical guidelines, not to the ministry, they update them. Then get think tanks them all over the place. Christian Mickelson in Bergen, you get the other one in Oslo, you get the Trondheim, etc. They meet regularly, then discuss the ethical guidelines. Then say, let us update this because this technological reason or that reason has made it the old one obsolete. When they don't modernize them, then go give the ministry care and go parliament. Parliament sit down then discuss
All these things where they happen, and they put them to you, and I go beg for disagree on that particular issue. They say the problem the people that don't brainwash them, it don't reach a point now. They don't become flaccid. Then just sit down, then they accept any kind of motobata. But the reality is, are they come, allow
You're
me.
right, I'm not gonna deny
You
you.
know who say and know for say the effect of this brainwashing don't cause so much damage for we country. Now where I see people then die, government seize them body, then bury them anyhow. And I will tell you why I say them bury them anyhow. Now the history of Sierra Leone, there has never been any case. Now we country where woman and the totes coffin, then the bury, then the totes die man. We see them, then display them. Then they pantim, then call them
And they on Mr. Self not
Then
agree
call
with
them
that.
Muslim. Then call them sacrilege. Not the imam they make an outrage. Not the bishops and reverend they make an outrage. Not the tribal authorities they make an outrage. Not the MPs they make an outrage. Not the lodgeman they make an outrage. Then they,
civil
in
society
particular,
not
where happen
free.
in any standard now we country now a sacrilege. Now in the man called Muslim. It is wrong. It is never happened. Nobody not ask any question because they don't inject a mentality say no to me business. Hey, pull you much there. It not got nothing to do with you. Where you get
But
a
that pull you much
society.
there. That pull you much there where you don't talk so. You know thing that they tell you? They tell you say we society not get ethical guidelines.
Yeah.
In a society where there's ethical
What are you
guidelines,
on day?
everything is everybody's business.
Business. Because
In no way,
my
neighbor is a police officer for me. If I do anything, we go out of the way now, then they call police.
It a bloody whistle.
Me a police officer for me neighbor. If you do anything we're not correct, they ring police.
Well, the thing is, if you get a community, anything will happen in that community there, it affects you either directly or indirectly.
Yes.
You remember the story where I pull but Bra Arata with them the chief bring trap guy inside the house? But Arata torments. He go there complain to the God. He said, Bra, we sit down. Now he said, what happened? No say go to the stomach. He said, Bra, they don't bring trap can bad trap na the chiefy house. Now he go say, hey, what you can't tell me? This here. Now he say, I mean I will learn this tongue. That trap they go bring problem more. Now God say, hey, come out for me. I don't even go inside the house. One day go there. Now you did. Now you enjoy. Bra, accommodate with disappointments. He meets the cock. He did between 4 women and the cut bongo. Now I say, Bra cock. Brown no sit down. You there for woman business now, yeah? It's the chief don't go bring bad trap inside the palace. He said that they go cause problem. Now he falls say, you know, sister, they between me, woman, they enjoy me life. What thing that they get for do with me? Anytime I go near the morning, the driver say I want for people inside the house. They driving I do. I'm not ever going inside there. Not only business, but clear out. It go to Bracao. They say they clear out. Guess what? Now that trap they attract the snake because the snake can't catch the very arata because they go put the trap near the rest bag. Now they catch the snake. It tail. The snake fasting, it grown with pain, and the woman can for mention rest. That are the chiefy wave. And the snake better. And the holla, say snake don't best the chiefy wave. Then run can the woman die on the spot. Then kill the snake. After they kill the snake, now obituary starts at the village. When people they can't get that and they cry for the chiefy wave, the very first thing they say, let them make soup. Then they go lose the goats. Then kill her. When they carry and go, they meet up Arata. Now Arata say, I'm be telling you now. You say not so your business. Now they carry go so. You know they eat me. So anything. Now they carry go to the killer. Now more people they come. Now they say, people that don't come back, the goats meat don't done. And they say, when I catch them, fall them. And they catch them, fall them. Then kill. More people they come. Now they say, they catch the sheep. Then kill. More people they come. Then they say, well, now left the cow for 7 days. Then they say, He not go do. Then they catch himself. Then kill. How did they kill them? Anyway, how did they carry go there? Outside they go. I be tell you now. Una say not to una business. But anything where they happen at your community, make your business. Because if it not affect you directly, it will affect you indirectly. And funnily, the goat, they fall them, the sheep and the cow. And now they go inside the palace. So, but when something happen inside the palace, it affects the whole way
And
they
then
do.
suffer. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the mentality what we get. This is the mentality.
And another thing about these ethical guidelines, times we do things without considering the consequences. And we feel say, get for affect other people. You see, the times where we can make certain statements, we say with man or like we. Imran, I have seen a situation in Norway where a group of people, them Africans, then do certain things. You notice that resulting hmm, certain facilities they would be make open to foreigners, then cut off.
Of course. You know
Cut
thing and
off.
do you know thing and do now in America where they cut off? These same ethical values we will not get. They make a system where you can file for your family. So people that
Oh,
will get
yeah,
passport,
it's like impossible now.
people that will get passport open to that facility. So then they take Mondina people in hand, they go bring them famble them, saying that they own famble. And that's bring about this DNA business.
Yeah, it's like impossible. Not only DNA. In Norway, for make you bring one person here, you get a stipulated amount if again a bank account. Because the state now they can't take care of that person until after 1 year. So you forget the amount of money for feed and for 1 year. Then if you get a small house, let's say you get like 2 or 3 bedroom house. If the person they come, you get picking them. And now they can't lay down at the same bedroom with you picking them with for rentals for. Because I then get rules about housing.
Yeah.
No overcrowding in the
Now
house.
the word do they talk? They get stipulated rules
Yes.
where they're all, irregardless you race, you
And
gender,
no matter who that you
who
be,
that
it's
you
the
be.
rule.
Now the rule. Hey, but you know see what you happen is there.
Young couples will just they grab up, then can rent a house in a one room. But the minute they get picking, then for move go to a 2 room house.
I see a
If they
video.
get a second child, then forget a 3 room house.
You know, I see the record when I break back in Norway, then this there with the royal family married a black man. We don't make it
And
short.
they don't depend along
They don't
from 2011 here and the boy been on there.
it don't shock the whole monarchies there all over the world. He married
And the
black
boy
man.
be done it. And the boy be done it from 2011. The
Well,
fellow
this will
is an
happen because
American, black and American. The girl say ain't get some supernatural power, clairvoyance power. The boy say get so then two spirits match. What you know the parents say not to them business.
because Norway is a very liberal society. When I say liberal, they not just they talk then they act and this not the problem. When they
If
talk, you
if
get for
if
walk the walk.
ordinary person they come out of the cycle married Norwegian, why the royal family not forget
I say,
foreigner?
if you the talk, you get for walk the walk. Just like waiting, I seen at my forum, then is there. We get everybody they talk. Madam, you don't kill. Madam, you don't do this. Madam, you don't do that. We all know what Madam you capable of. We know what you don't do. What you will not they talk about when we will come together, let us stop this from happening.
Exactly.
Nobody know
Because
the
we
for
not
talk.
get ethical. The point
I
is,
don't
we come
I
back to
don't
what
call
thing they say. We
I
not get
don't call
ethical standards
I
now in
don't call
society.
people them. I don't call. I say, come, we can't decide
They
what you
will
do for you.
never take
Before
it
that, they
from me.
watch
You
video
know
clip.
why?
Marabio, then they lament. Marabio kill person. Marabio boss me eye. Marabio shoot me. Marabio whap me. This man, they do that in there. It's no secret now. We know that. We know what's he capable
Why
of
do you
doing.
keep telling us? Why do I care about what he does?
Do we keep complaining, or as a community, we come together and stop him? No.
We will not. We will not. You know why? We not get ethical guidelines. It's just like that story where pull this noboda rata. Until the death reach the doorstep, it's never important.
It's never important. No. And then forget stay arata, they not eat them. Now very few people eat arata. But
Until the death reach the doorstep, it's never important.
you see, with the talk
There's an
dancing there,
ethical
people they go feel say we
guideline,
idle.
not
People
to
they go feel
law. Now, just for say, this is what we accept in society, this is what we don't accept.
what did I say at the beginning?
In England, you have the right to stage a party in your house, not so.
Yeah.
But you get for do certain things, not to so.
Yep.
If you inform your neighbors them.
You neighbor then get for
And
the agreement.
after midnight, you get for make sure say if the party still dey go on,
The
if
music
you
go
put
down.
the music down,
Noise
then
pollution.
people then for day indoors, not to so.
Windows, yes. For reduce the noise
Yes.
to a drastic level.
So what we call ethical guidelines. Not by force. You go only be by force if you refuse for do am. But if you comply and do am, now for your benefit and now for the benefit of society. Because the next time your neighbor they get party, instead they observe the same thing. You know they unbug you.
If your behavior they infringe in other people's liberties, then ethically it is wrong. You
Yes,
remember
yes.
what I said here at the beginning, when we open up for
Mhm.
here. We dey talk about constitution, but you need forget a personal constitution for you for able to use the constitution.
And
Because
that's where the ethical guidelines come in.
exactly. Because if you were not a citizen, were entitled to all what's in that constitution, you serve as a person, you get forget a constitution. What is a constitution? You make up, you character, you
Yeah,
routine, you
yeah,
pattern of behavior.
yeah.
If your pattern of behavior is not consistent to follow stipulated rules, you have a problem. And that is the
No
problem
problem.
exactly we have.
And when you're there in a public office, your problem becomes the nation's problem because they abuse the law.
You remember when we did school, when you go to laboratory, now the very first thing that they teach you. And in life, for let you succeed in whatever things you get for learn for follow instruction. Life is about instructions. If you not follow instructions, you cannot be in any community. And if you're not in
If you
that
don't
community,
follow instruction, then there will be no order.
there
Now
will be
just make
order.
it simple. If
Any
everybody
society
they
where
do
they
as how
follow,
we elect, there will be no order. There will be
because
disorder.
because Pekin, when he born within a community. That is a parents and his siblings. Within that family, day, somebody they give instructions where you get for father. Where come on, they go school, somebody get for get instructions, then call and teacher. Where he does school, he go college, you get personal tutor, where the instructor. You get lecturer them, where the instructor. When you begin work, somebody back they give instruction, then call a supervisor, then call a manager. So all your life you have been instructed.
Even in the home, you have to be instructed by your parents and elders. In the
If you
community, you have to be instructed by people in the community where old pass you, will get more experience pass you.
and even in marriage, your wife get for instruct you, and if you want for let instruct your wife,
You not take that
vice
instruction, the
versa, una
ultimate
get for
you not.
instruct each other for let
If
work.
you have instruct you, not take an Aisha be ultimate you.
You don't see, I come back to the animal kingdom. You don't see where dog they play with puppy, where big adults dog they play with puppy. If they run, he hit the puppy. He hit no. Then he run, if run and run, the puppy can't patapa. Why? Now for let the play sweet. If in the hip the small one no more, in the hip the small one no more, the roll on the ground, then the small ones have not get the privilege for roll patapa. Then the game not is sweet.
And
So
equality
basically,
not there.
equality not there. And if equality not there, you know they trust. And if trust not there,
And now
guess
they
what?
work.
You know they work
And now they work. Now fetch them go they fetch. Cause and fetch.
constantly. So, you know, this issue of the constitution we get for change. Not only constitution we get for change, now we mentality we get for change. Because for
Now
us to
with
have a
constitution
constitution,
inside here for change.
we forget we on personal constitution. And we on personal constitution. Nah, because when I say the word constitution, it come up from the word constitute. Which you contain, which you make up of. Now you make when you take medicine and you talk for say, this medicine is not fit your constitution. If you not fit your constitution, what thing happen? You get side effects.
Well, you get several constitution. You get the physical constitution or what you
Exactly.
call physiological
Yes.
constitution. You get the psychological constitution.
Constitution. So you get for
And
work, you
with
get side effects.
psychological constitution, now we need for review na
For
Sierra
review
Leone.
and very quickly. Because you find
And
out for say,
we need for make we come together and say, okay, because all man get your own constitution inside head, now find common ground where everybody go accept and use.
for avoid that constitution, they now it make the society they gather. You remember what be small? It's about to call fitiri.
Mhm.
It's enough for pull picking and do again that day.
Yeah.
Picking if I don't go to bed. Now we local indigenous culture than in Sierra Leone. You know they even
And
age picking up.
the white man does it too.
Fitiri,
The white man does
affect
it
tawang.
too.
Let them go inside house. Let them picking and go inside house. It don't reach
Mister,
fitiri.
the white man does it too.
Because that is an
After
agreed value.
after after certain hours, every child should be on bed.
Hey, brother, if you go to Italy, round about I think 12 or 1 o'clock, then get siesta. No shop not the open. I don't care if you know Lord who
I
ha.
think the Frenchman then say get last yesterday.
You know?
Not to Italy no more.
Now, you know, and you get the Englishman will get naya. You get afternoon tea. I don't care how old you be afternoon tea. Not the change for nobody. And one of the reasons why we black men will not live long. Now simply because we not get routine in we life. It affects we big time.
Why you not get routine? You know thing they happen to you? Hmm?
It affects the way your body they
You they
function.
put yourself on hyper energy.
It affects
And
the
when
way your body they
always you there
function.
on hyper energy, you're always stressed up.
And
Stress kills people. 90% of the people they die in Sierra Leone today. Now stress they kill them. I'm not saying you and they die by accident too.
guess what?
They will they die by sick, na stress.
Me not
You
to
know
doctor.
you know why stress they kill them?
Mhm.
When you stress too much, the first thing where they damage na your body, na your immune system.
Yeah, it affects your immune system, definitely.
So when if one it you carry away now, it likely for kill you. But the original cause is stress.
Well, I'll give you one example of this thing we talk about routine. I am not a physician. Do you know if you know they eat irregularly, you get irregular motion? You bowel
Yeah.
irregular. If you
Yeah.
they eat regularly the same time, you will go to the toilet the same time every day.
That's
If
a
you they
fact.
eat regularly, you they go toilet regularly and within that same period they every day.
Because your body in timer. We brain, it get GPS, it get clock. Your
And if you they
body,
go to
they
bed,
function according to them to them day.
if you they go to bed in a particular time every day, You they wake up every day in a particular time, you know the feel.
That's what happens to you all the time. I have made it a point of habit that I don't sleep before 2 a.m.
If
Fucking
you if if
honestly.
you give your body routine, it they make your body a mechanism. They work very easy, you know, they overwork
Yes.
itself. But you
Yes.
eat today 2 o'clock, tomorrow you eat 8 o'clock, next tomorrow you eat 3 o'clock, the other day you eat in the morning, go rest. The diet you just mix up. It affects your body, how your body they function.
And they affect your health.
Yes. You know,
Because when you get an irregular pattern of you body management, the first thing that happen to you, the body not able to manage the food intake.
no,
So in order to burn them, a lot of people they already suffer obesity now because of irregular eating
eating
habits.
pattern, yes.
Yes.
So
When they eat at odd times.
these are the things where we dey
All
talk about
these
now.
now
Yeah.
good example for tell you say you forget ethical standards. Even within yourself, if you not get ethical standards for manage your affairs, the constitution is there, the laws of medicine are there. If you don't have a standard as to how to do things, you break these laws all the time, and the consequence will be early death for you.
Early death or bad health.
Bad health, you
Yeah.
get paralyzed or something like that happen to you.
Okay,
So
but
when you look am from the individual, take am to the nation. If a nation not get a standard within they follow, do you expect that nation to make progress?
I was MC in a function the time where this drink driving become the routine. What we don't know now for say drink driving is not good. So I take the mic and I say, oh, everybody in the crowd look good, especially the woman, they look extremely beautiful because they must have slept very well. I say there is something about sleep. It change your body texture. It beautify you. I say, but if you not sleep enough, you not sleep enough, then you drive, you go sleep and then you come back, you go make your life wretched because you get problem, and it is so true. If you try and not drive, and these are the things where we don't do. Doctor and I are ethically, they're not they treat their own family. When I be the train, the hospital where I be there, the very first thing what they teach we, they say if somebody can where you sabi, you they make a disclaimer to you, boss say I'm not treat this person.
Yes. Because the emotions go make you not do the work properly.
You know, do they work? One, then secondly, the person may not want to you to attend because he don't want you to know his business
That's another side.
because of confidentiality. So then train
Yeah.
we not for do that. And the area where I be the work now HIV clinic. And now the only department of medicine now this country where you don't need an appointment, you just drop in for encourage people them for
After
take care
reports.
of their sexual health.
Yeah.
Because if man get gonorrhea, go the shame for go say he get gonorrhea. So now the only area of healthcare where you go see a doctor without appointment and
But
without
I
even
believe
using your
say
name, they use the
generally
pseudo.
in organized societies, I not think say
Mhm.
it is ethical for you to treat your relative.
You
Just
know they do
like
that.
normally, as a teacher, you're advised to employ somebody else to teach your child.
Yeah. If you want
Because
to learn teach person for drive, never teach you way for drive, then we put the police the car arrest you. Because the plumber will not go make the last time. But the thing is, now this country,
when you try
what
for correct time, it is just you are make fun of her.
yes, you put me down. You are putting me down. So it go make sure they
Don't
put you
tell
up
me
for
that,
sale.
my friend. It's only out of corner.
It go put you up for sale. Until you say they put them down, it go put you up for sale. Anyway, because of confidentiality, we are not allowed. Immediately I see the person, and they go hide in the back. And then they tell me, boss, say, I cannot treat that person. Then they give another person for let you attend to the person. Because so then the person gets elements where you no go want a neighbor for no, because then the person I'm a neighbor, you know, and you get the only department in healthcare in this country where you are allowed to use a pseudonym. They don't even they ask you your name because of confidentiality. Because now one of the ways that that's where they control venereal diseases. For give people any right for go take treatment anonymously without anybody knowing. You know, so and this is all part of this ethical thing what we talk about, confidentiality, and also think about the risk we involve if people are not they take care of their sexual health, then they scatter all kind of disease like now Africa now. What a man get HIV, no say get HIV, it's still like go sleep with people picking there.
Alan, it's all
It no
part
say
of
you
the
get
non.
her.
It's all part of the non-ethical makeup we'll get. Something and the way you get them, not left HIV. If I have a common flu, where they call fresh cold. You know, say because of that, they avoid certain people.
Yes, because
Even within the home, they tell them, say, I get flu, or I
you dey
keep on a
isolate.
distance.
You dey isolate.
Because it goes spread to them
Yeah,
easily.
yeah, yeah. And funnily,
And
you know the
one thing
kind.
about flu, when it spread to people within the household, if you're not careful, they come back to you and they prolong your own flu.
Exactly. So now consideration you dey show to your community and your household.
Yeah.
You know, and besides, you don't know the kind of trend, the strand way they carry.
Exactly.
You see, so we have a duty of care to ourselves and with community. And
And that
that
is why
part of
we need
ethical,
ethical guidelines.
yes, ethical guidelines, it is part of your duty of care. And that it comes back to your responsibility as a good citizen. Now that's why these
Exactly.
things have to be taught to people. You have to vote.
Exactly.
You get for be involved pan politics. West Sierra Leone, hey, I know they pan politics. But the food where they eat na politics. The water where they drink na politics. The traveling where they travel na politics. So if you're not involved, then when they make the decision, don't complain. Shut up.
And the
And they
other
go make the
side of the
decision without
story,
you.
the other side of the story, now we get X number of people wanting to be involved in politics. But do these people really understand the ethics and guidelines involved in practicing politics?
No, now then they do the Mami cause terrorism. Now we get Mami cause terrorism in Sierra Leone. That's what me they call them.
Well, if
Because
you
when
take
Mr.
them
Bello
as
gets an opinion where they not like, then get for can cause them to oblivion or then cause them to submission. You know, how we go get a democracy where not plural in with views?
because
Democracy is
we
about
don't have
plurality.
ethical guidelines,
Exactly.
Imran.
Exactly. We need that. We need that.
We need that thing in Sierra Leone.
And
People are
desperately.
shouting constitution. The constitution cannot tell you everything that you need to do in a society. The constitution has a limit. Now when they don't make constitution, then they make laws where they connect with the constitution in prescriptions. But even those laws, those statutes, they are not enough.
Me
You get to
brother.
go the third stage, forget people and for understand the A to Z of what it mean for do things in an orderly manner.
Me
That is what
brother.
ethical guidelines do.
A lot of people don't know the implications of what happened in Sierra Leone. The fact say we get election rigged. Jara jara na wiyai. Kuru kuru one under wiyai. APC no go court. People then forget say Afrobarometer do a survey in the country where say the most useless corrupt spaces in Sierra Leone now with judiciary and the House of Parliament, so that they make the law. But if they also they make the law corrupt, now the time when the interpreters are not the corrupt. And if we get a country where the leader and where they control the law, native man, you think them go make a law, then we go hold there. They never do it. So a lot of people not really even know the implications of what's going to happen. Well, now, let me tell you this. We get an election. The constitution tell we for say, then for gazetteer and publisher. Then you get a whole political party, they tell you for say, you don't have to do it. They will not get results. Will not publish results. Nobody not get an outrage. Just like where woman and thought costing. Nobody not get an outrage. It is a normal thing. And when they're not print them. We don't know them for 10 years. We not set them for the 10 years. This is now we own time for eat. These are things that are happening. This is our own time to eat. Eat
what
what
is the expression? You know what is the expression?
Yes, sir.
Now the lack of ethical guidelines.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm doing it. Then you
All
get
that
they
talk
come
way
out.
Afrobarometer they talk or Eurobarometer they talk. Have they ever come up to say we need ethical guidelines to ensure that these things don't happen?
From where you begin to go
Do
school,
they
there
even
is
understand what it means to have ethical
from where
guidelines
we
in
begin go
society?
school, whose time you don't ever see them make any reports we get for research with the country where they implement.
Because we not get ethical guidelines. Mister, I live in a
Radio
country where
democracy.
ethical
They
guidelines,
recommend
I
to
want
make
you
them
to
close down.
listen. I want you to listen to this. In Norway, when you do something wrong and the ethics committee say you have to do this, do this, do this, do this. You hear me? We not do them. Now the worst crime we don't commit. You not care how that be. You can be head of state, stomach of state, foot of state. If you don't go according to the prescriptions of the ethics committee, you are done for. Because then they look and say, people in public offices have to be the example. And that every precedent set, which is good or bad, will shape society for now and the future.
My
It's
brother,
not about laws. Then get all the laws them. But to God, when you
I
go
am
against the prescriptions of the ethics committee, you are done for.
not a lawyer, but I don't know where you study law and where you practice law. Best part of law interpretation is based on precedences, how they be interpret an old case.
Yes. And
Do
what thing
you
they
know?
determine precedence is not ethics.
Do you know? Even the weather, now precedence in the secret weather, the
Not
past weather.
32 years. Not 32 years.
So
32 years of past weather, and then they take determine the climate of a place.
So waiting with the talk now, yeah. The one that we go feel to say na labo the can labo. We want una fole una wake up. We cannot the go the way we the go. We one green person the whole we all stage. And the thing we bad about this whole thing, you know, they ever see outrage.
Nobody, even the opposition party, now get outraged because they don't know what the ethical standards are.
That is one aspect. Also, the impunity.
Impunity exists where there is no ethics, Mr. Toure.
Well, that's what we are talking about. That's why we are here to talk about these things. You know, we're not there because, as I can say, redemption, we know there for talk half enough.
Impunity. Now, when you don't have society with ethics, now, they are swear to God, if you believe, say, na papa that left country, you can't do what you get for do now, Norway. Let's see how the state they deal with you. And when they deal
Well,
with you, there is nothing and they tell you. Then get a slang where then they use. It's an idiomatic expression. I don't care whether you're not the prince or whatever. If you go against the law, the law takes its course because there are ethical guidelines for you to follow. They will tell you that when you break the guidelines, the next thing what they tell you, they say, son, are they? That's how it is. That's how it is.
Well,
We don't care about whether you like it or not. That's how it is. You have to
the
obey
thing,
it.
the thing about this whole thing here, the question is, how did we get here?
Because
We
we
know.
never had ethical guidelines from the beginning, Mr.
It
Ture.
come back to what you would talk. The one when they grab,
Two
Madam, you're a
things
thief.
we not
You
get
see the
in
pattern
Sierra
of
Leone.
behavior? Madam,
Listen
you're
to
a
me.
thief. Madam, you don't kill.
Listen to me.
Madam, you
Father,
don't do
you're not
this.
trying first begin thief, and you know be the last man.
This is my point. Because we not ever stop and say, what do we do now?
We never. Because we don't think on the ethical lines. It's all about who is doing it and how he does it. Then they wait for revenge. Even if you don't wait for revenge, it's an unethical way of life.
Well,
Where
we got
there is
the
ethics, you
division.
know
When
they
is
wait.
when
Where there is ethics, you know they wait for revenge. You they wait for correct something and rehabilitate.
when is the vicious circle going to stop? When? How we going to go
It will
on?
stop when we begin to educate them. It's ignorance that is the problem in Sierra Leone. Ignorance. 90% of the people who claim to know don't know a thing. That's why unethical behavior is part of the culture of Sierra Leone. We need two things in Sierra Leone immediately. We need ethical guidelines and we need a national development roadmap where they outline the country in development wish, in vision, and needs. All this rotorata then they do. Today I see that they say they don't go sign contract for Lunge Bridge. We have been hearing that since 2018. A
Hey,
bridge will
brother,
not need.
we don't need
And
them.
then they make emphasis.
We don't need
It's
them.
all because we don't have ethical guidelines
We don't
and we
need
don't
it.
have a roadmap as to how to take Sierra
We
Leone
don't need
forward.
it. We not get water for drinking. They go make bridge. It's from Pakaba, it's where people that don't begin to die from typhoid. We not don't get a national, uh, um, plan how for reduce the level of typhoid. It just the increase. Anybody where you talk to now, I get typhoid and malaria. I get typhoid and malaria. And typhoid is simply the waterborne the waterborne disease and the water contaminated with excrement. So what are we doing about it? The whole time we Kaba they in power, we get typhoid. And Eskromaka may not deal with the issue.
I will tell you
Take
something.
promote.
I will tell you something. As I sit here, I have the solution to that water problem. But if I go with an Sierra Leone now, then go do everything for block them because we lack ethical standards. I want you to believe that. You go to Sierra Leone with anything now for benefits the country, they will do everything possible to discourage you. Or then go open road, let you come with the money. That next day, then they go kill you and say that I'm robbers.
A white girl way born in Sierra Leone, so like Sierra Leone, he go Sierra Leone, he go see Sierra Leone side and born. He say in a Sierra Leonean. He papa now one of the top water engineers in the world. Serious professor. And they come to him, papa. He say, I come up paradise. He say, papa, you have to help with water problem. The papa said, they work in a salon, I make in no salon. And the pago, we not get a sewer system now, the whole of Sierra Leone. Freetown, all we septic tank and the empty na the water table. So water table is contaminated.
Very.
So the man go, decide for go, before he go, he get top water engineer them from here. For them go do a charity work. They make all the arrangements, then fly. And one of the water engineers, one of the top water engineer, a friend of mine, Sierra Leone. Then Karam go for make it go and be interpreter and everything. And he's a very solid. If you talk about top water engineer in this country, that guy is good. And he be the lecturer in Sierra Leone. as well, engineering. So he's a top water engineer, touch hard water engineer. So then go, when they go and it's my government, then go meet the minister with in charge of water resources. The man who then go is sit down at the table, they get past 3 phone them. Then need the ring, then need the ring. They laugh, ha ha ha. The people they sit down there. First and foremost, the people they go na airport, somebody not go collect them. When they go, the man sit down, they talk, this, that. When they don't explain to them, he did not pay attention. Then when they don't know, I say, what is there for me? And the people then say, we are coming to help you. What should be there for you than helping your people? And the arrangements will then be get. Now for make them can sort the problem out, they're not for pay the engineer them. And then in there, not to the money for building, now the engineering workmanship now in the year.
Time.
It would have been done for free.
For free.
Then go help for then get the aid. Then bill them, then they also train engineer, water engineer in Sierra Leone. And then for between University of Sierra Leone with Leeds University, where this top engineer, because Leeds are the toppest engineering university now England.
Yeah. And then they do most of the researches then.
Do you realize that's what they accommodate that guy, that engineer guy they were the table. So I'm a good friend, Dr. Nazas, he say. He called me the whip like small picking. He saying shame thing one for die.
Maybe we are two in the process.
He cry yee like small picking.
We were two.
They lay complain to me. Now, can you imagine? These are the type of people we get, say, then they represent the country interest. No.
Imran.
Now, so they need money for themselves.
Imran. One thing I know about Sierra Leone, the country's problem cannot be solved by political parties and politicians.
Nah.
Solution to Sierra Leone's problem is with us, the people.
But are we the people them? Now
and I make some of within a social media for educate the people. It's unfortunate say the people them, they appreciate that they can't tell them mother you don't cost yanda, mother you don't beat yanda, mother you don't chief yanda, then you they can't tell them waiting for make them begin think properly. But we will not give up. We will not. One day soon, they would understand what we are doing.
Outside me pull out for Salon people them, then kill Evangelist Samson. No outrage. Woman and go bury the body, no outrage. One green man come out, he all we results for elections, no outrage. Then you see the very people them we forget the outrage past anybody. Hey, Samura na for fight for the electoral justice. He not do nothing. What has Samura got to do with it? Now he votes then thief. Now you go on that box, you go vote. Then thief you vote. Now
you vote then thief. Samura was to have got your vote for him to be given the legitimacy and mandate. If una sit on and thief una legitimacy and mandate we una give to him. Now Samura for go fetch for her.
Now people in the come and they can't cost the man. Where you will go vote, we pass 3 million people and we vote. We expect 1 great man for total we burden. Just like how international community don't make and clear to say they rig una elections. That's all they can do for una, nothing more. They don't tell you say they don't thief. And even a blind person, even Attila knows say they thief that result today. And this
international community don't spend. International community don't spend 1 year. They try for make we wake up. We still they sleep. Now they say
well now the blame na Samura. Samura will not chief vote. Now they blame. Marabio will chief vote. They left him.
You see, you always come with the ethical issue. So we look from an institutional point of view. Samura was flag bearer and leader of a political party, not so? Samura was a member of an executive of a political party, not so?
Yep.
If they want to blame Samura now at this 11th hour, the simple question we'll get for ask is, what is the role of the other executive members in everything that went wrong? Because ethically, all of them were elected to work together. Now we imagine, say, Samura not being a work with them. Did they raise up any issue for get Samura for work with them? Did they talk to him? Did they write a letter officially protesting? Where them for sure we
Well,
say we don't do this, but the man not can talk to we?
from a student of management, as I sit here, I will tell you, say, I have a different connotation with things like this.
No.
Because the man is not the manager. Manager gets discretion. And if the manager don't risk assess, he knows say there are snitches. He has every right for take person with them or not take person with them for go.
They come. You get me point wrong.
No, I don't get your point. And now
And
some
you
other
they talk about
caveats
daily administration.
uh-huh.
We they talk about policy administration. Policy was for them to go as a team and win an election, not so?
Yes.
And then say this man not been they come to them, he not been they talk to them, not so?
Mm-hmm.
But we see otherwise, because what in do, we see 2 times the man go America, he come London, he came with a delegation. And this delegation involved people in the executive.
And some of them were former flag bearers. Richard Conte, Petito.
Yes.
And
So how now was this man
part of Conte was
recalcitrant?
there. They said the man not consult. I was there too.
How was this man recalcitrant and not consulting? You see how unethical behavior they make people enlighten themselves and expose themselves?
Yep.
And amongst them, you have one with it Allah say in a unifier. How can you unify when you are in the midst of a crisis you're not able to solve them? Or you want to wait to be elected to presidency before you can act as a unifier?
Papa, you see, big man, who get PhD, get PhD. Who get double PhD, get double PhD. Who get master, get master.
Don't let for talk, Imran, please. Don't let for talk about book. Let them book then they.
Papa, you see them go gather themselves. You don't have step the karande them. They wait for the karmoko for kanka make them flag bearer. The problem is the very system where they condemn now in there, all of us you don't have that step they wait for them to appoint them. When they not appoint them, now in them Barantana say if they not get the grapes for sour, and then go make sure it's sour. Now that's
is because they don't understand ethical standards.
Yes.
When you understand ethical standards, they put your personal wish and aspiration after the institutional wish and aspiration. Not because you are stupid, but because you want the institution to succeed. Because when the institution succeed, you self don't succeed.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
I get you.
When the institution succeed, you self don't succeed. When the institution fail, you self don't fail. And as it is now, this one whole bunch of executive, the best they can do, the best the masses of the membership in the APC can do, now for ask they all for retire. Only for repeat for elect to appoint any of them.
Me man, in agriculture, where you get a group of animals that were contaminated, then they call them. Within a call and they kill the all. I know they say that they kill them. They can't kill in what they talking about, then sack them all. Because they are so contaminated, they have shown clearly they cannot work in the team.
They don't have the management ethics will require of them.
Like for instance, if you get a poultry or fowl and one fall wound, you have to take that fall day out. Because if you left and with an open wound,
and they contaminate the other one.
The other fall them begin taste the wound, they begin to peck them. And they develop what they call taste for blood. They call it feather pecking. Then go become quickly carnivorous and then all eat themselves. So now if you find one way don't develop feather pecking or one way wound, you they call them from the lot. We don't see people that get a mentality there where they are contaminated one way or the other. And the biggest contamination where they and people there, they cannot work in the team. Let me give you this. Now this society why this so. Any interview where you go for in this country, 2 questions and they way na showball and they can. A question on equal opportunities.
Yeah.
You get question there.
Yeah.
Then they ask you in your area of work, how you don't demonstrate. Give them a scenario where you don't demonstrate, say you're not a team player. Because that is a must.
Let me tell you now how they do it in Norway.
If I can finish.
In Norway, go ahead.
If you join a political party, one of the people that with similar views, ideologies, principles, values, we now get a system now in our constitution we say we go either elect or we choose. We give that leverage to the leader. The leader use exactly the power where they invest, what we invest in. And we all agree say let he choose. The man say we pick one person. We all say no, you choose we. It was okay if you'd have chosen any of them. But just because they choose Samura, they say the system flawed. Then come out for undermine the very system where they put together. So then people then all of them should go.
Like say this system now outsiders become make the system for them.
And the way they pick up, they're not picking right. But all the people like Minkailu where they talk so, Minkailu never win elections for nothing. When they make Minkailu organizing secretary, now pick an speaker. When they make after what you come out Justin die, when they make deputy chairman, now pick him.
Ask him how he been the youth wing if he be win election.
Yeah. So now pick them, they pick them all. It is okay when they pick them. Now until when they not pick them, they pick other person, ain't a problem. And this person when they can't pick and say he is not son of the soil. Who are them born natic? Now that's how they tell somebody who
not the son
I
of
say
the
there are
soil.
certain words that they when they talk. If a big crime now we can't.
What do you mean by not son of the soil?
Well, they're not a party picking. Because I don't talk that they get, you're not a son of the soil. That's you're not an indigenous person, you know, come on, yeah. Do you realize every country way better than a foreigner than the Mika?
Left dandy. Can we ask the simple ethical question? Is a political party a shareholders company?
No, secret society.
No, the simple ethical question. We say party picking, this and that. Is a political party a shareholders company?
No, not a private limited company. A public.
It's a public unlimited liability company. It's a public unlimited liability company. And anybody will go there, will do a thing for do, where he win the hearts of the people and then put legitimacy on them, he get right for the day.
Everybody get for can be enam. That's what political party is.
If you want the people and can be you do what is going to surpass what in the man don't do.
When I waiting and do is they undermine their own system by fighting one green person. They make everybody else suffer consequences. Then very people
because we not get ethical standards, we they come go around and you see these ethical standards. I make us say defining limits for politics and state management. These ethical standards not only with the government in power, the government in waiting. If you not get ethical standards, then the government in power they misuse ethical standards.
Yep.
Bill is getting his way because the APC is full of bunkum idiots.
When I been talk about something, just like you want for give we a scenario na Norway. Where I tell you wait for me. You
Yes,
don't
what
forget.
they say,
Uh-huh.
when you dey go interview now, then two things then the way you talk about so,
Mm-hmm.
then paramount now, but they not they ask you directly. Because here the law on discrimination is so heavy, there are certain questions you may not ask at an interview. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So how do they get to know it? In your application, in your letter of application, then they ask you for outline some of your personal qualities. Now they outline say, I like teamwork, I like this, I like that, I like that. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Then they call an Eigenskapper,
Mm-hmm.
your personal qualities.
And the same thing as
Or
how we
your
say they do now.
so when you don't outline that thing then they in your application, or you put them on your CV because yeah, the CV is more important than your application. You put them on your CV, you put your hobbies. They get to know the kind of person you will be. Because your hobbies, they tell people about the kind of person you will be.
Now the interview, like what you talk so, what you don't put now you CV, all the things that we don't do, your experiences that we don't get, the encounters them, you life experience and all you don't put them will ask you. We see now you don't get so much team play work. Give me a scenario, but where you
Yes,
demonstrate then skill there.
exactly.
Usa you don't
They
waste.
would ask you to do an illustrative something when
Yes,
I didn't go know, yes, this person meets this requirement.
this file, yeah. You know. So it is all anything and you get all manner, they can't talk jargon, all they can talk butobata, they can't talk this, they can't talk this.
Well,
All
now we
man is
see
say
them,
this.
then they talk jargon. Imran, now we.
You know, we
Some of
for
us
that
have
person
stood up
abuse you,
now.
for that person abuse you, Mr. Jallo. Now you get the
Me
permission.
not
Now
can
me go
abuse
allow
you.
you
I
for
not
abuse
say,
me. Now me go
Mister,
allow you for
Mister.
abuse me.
I don't tell you say, me not care whether people abuse or not. I don't.
Now, what I
I
mean
don't.
abuse, any form of
Uh,
abuse, whether it is emotional abuse, physical abuse,
the
verbal abuse.
society
Now
cannot
you the
be
tolerator.
abused by one person or one set of people if there is no connivance and collaboration.
Of course.
We begin say this now clearly. Whatever is being done wrong by the government in power has connivance and collaboration from within the
APC then
government
join,
in waiting.
SLPP then join, Mother Bio one grade no will cause the atrocities that we don't cause if you know they get
At all, at
people that
all,
we
at all.
aid and abet what you need to do. And likewise, the people that we undermine Samura, not Samura undermine himself. Now the one known party or some people in the party creates the problem. One person know they build country, one person know they build country. Samura in one grain will build the country. If we not get the support, we not help them for hold them people there for electoral justice. Samura alone cannot do it. Then you get people in the commodity can't cause him, mama. He not do nothing. He not this. Samura
And
cannot
then the
fight
lie
for 3
say the
million
man
votes alone.
go visit Madabio unbeknown to them. Most
But
of them go to Madabio unbeknown to us, and they will never come back and report.
in
Fatima Biobi don't
management,
talk am.
he has the
I
right.
dey come, I dey come. I want make this point.
Mhm.
Fatima Biobi don't talk am. Openly say people then they go to Imananet.
But that
It
should
was
not be
well
a problem
before.
for anybody for go see the president.
I dey come. Let we get am clear. Going to visit is not the problem. Now the purpose of visit. The man go for a purpose. When he come back, he can't report. The others who go there, they will never come back to report because their purpose not open. It's hidden.
Me, the thing, what we talk about this ethical business stuff, I'm so glad you would talk about this particular topic. I do not understand why even Fatima Beauty talk for some people and they come and net. The president should be available to everybody for Siam. Whether
Not
not
to
net,
net.
whether not
Not to
Sanchez.
net.
Now
No,
they,
no.
no, no, no,
After
no, no, I'm
hours,
coming.
no.
I'm coming. Yes. 24 hours based on the seriousness of
If
what
in
you go
call,
for Siam for.
if in call,
Because Because there is something in management, any form of management, risk assessment. Then get for risk assessment the situation, and that the president only can make that decision. Then likewise, the opposition leader can make your risk assessment if they call them for meeting. Like for instance, will they work together? You go able to risk assess whether it go good for her bring Imran Khan for this meeting, or I left him out, or make her give him some information and hold some information back. It happen every day per management, because that is where this word, where they call per management discretion, they make a manager no more get that power there. Now you no more get the power for delegate. Now you go say to me, to you, the manager, go do this thing for me and do that, and come back and report to me. You will left my office today. Samura has that power. Every leader get that power. So if Samura want to go meet them, na Neti want to go meet them, na Sante want to go meet them, na Money want to go meet them, based on what in they go see, it gets the right for do a risk assessment for know whether it should go there alone or it go with somebody. It happens there every day, almost every day or every week. The opposition leader, they go talk to the head of, not to the head of state, they go talk to, now the chair, now the office. Then get for there in close proximity. And you not get for agree with the leader. You not get for agree with them. You go agree
In
with them.
England, you don't have opposition. You have government in waiting.
Exactly. That's what opposition is.
In Sierra Leone, you have opposition. I was trying to correct somebody recently. Hey, now the common meaning that I say na wrong meaning, I make una know they behave properly. Because the word opposition, they carry with them aggression.
Well, the other meaning for them now alternative government.
Government in waiting.
Because opposition they give
government.
alternatives. In fact, it's a better word.
Yeah.
Then give me and you two, will they run this thing here? We get a grant. Now me and you two get for decide how for use them. Me go say no. But no buy computer. We get computer when they work already. We get more waiting for now get radio station and all across Sierra Leone for let it go beat the ordinary people. Then we go decide.
If you think so, I go tell you buy computer.
You know.
If I open radio station, I'll say buy computer.
But this is how you govern.
You know what you do? The computer will improve on with services, we will get more money for the radio station.
Well, the reason why I say this,
build the business.
I want to illustrate to people and let them see how governance they work. Because alternative government, you give alternative. And the government go look at the alternative. If not a better alternative, if not to a proud government, not to a constituted government, then go say, I think the opposition idea better. We go for this. Where they agree, they work together.
You know why governments don't do that in Sierra Leone? Because we don't have a roadmap.
No, we don't.
If we get a roadmap where they guide governments as to how to run the country towards development, if they want to come with something, the other side that is not in government come up say, no, don't do so, because this is a better priority now. Even though that is not wrong. But looking at our roadmap, let us do this because it will bring this benefit, then justify them. You go see how things they run smoothly.
Well,
they go take, they come. Or they go take every dumbe who put on a state house. We expect them for be intelligent. They will not get roadmap. This is what happens.
I like we get roadmap because we not get that ethical values. We not get boundaries. You get certain mentality. We not go even allow that even if roadmap there, because the mentality is, hey, now we turn this, so now we turn this. This is the SLPP idea. We not for when we did the 10 years. No, we not agree. If I be SLPP ideas, it's so tribal. With politics, it's so tribal. Because when they talk about tribal, people and they feel
Dumbe, they will get inside politics. Imran, now they don't tell you say I don't reach the stage now they begin cost. You know, they cost bad
Because a
cost.
lot of people, as I
I'm
know, when I
doomed,
talk
okay?
but
All the
tribal,
political parties then are doomed and they.
you know, yeah, with people when I talk about tribal, then straight away, what's in the switch on? Now linguistics, now language. No, tribal now group. Football association. If you so loyal to your football group, you prepare for undermine other football group and do the harm, you are tribal. You know, because
Exactly.
if na Manchester you dey support, you so hate other team that you don't let them win, you ready for fetch them if
And
they win.
Liverpool go
It is
liquid
tribal.
peanut are not saving,
You know,
becoming
exactly,
not
because you're
tribal.
not tribal.
Other people learn the course.
Well, where in this case, why they talk about with politics very tribal, that means if you not be SLPP, not for be nothing. Even ideas, they're not for exchange ideas. And politics, that's what happens. Politics is about opinions. It's about
Because we have not
conversation. It's
set
about
limits.
dialogue.
We have not set limits. If we been set limits, people will understand, say, this now with guidelines. Upper limits, lower limits. Now within this parameter they operate. I swear to God, all that here not they be.
It's not going to happen. But anyway, as we say, we don't do this, and I feel to say we need a part two, and we will continue with this on Friday. I will suggest, because
You want us to do the same topic on Friday, or you want us to continue with the ethical issue?
we go do both because we don't get a foundation now. We
Yeah.
go do ethical issues, but we go back like how we do and so because honestly, this is a priority.
It
This is a
is. It is.
need. It is a need, and all the things that hold on they talk about now very serious issue. And before they close, I want people to look at the programs them, and if they can go back and try for subscribe, go back and look at the old waiting them. They are all interrelated. They are all not a work one separately. They all get together. You remember we talk about community, how for work in a group, how for work in a society, how all these things now part of what we talk about. So now only when we day in a community, we get structures. Community where everybody now is stakeholder, everybody committed to one value system and principle. We go get a state, we go get a nation, and now that's what they work towards. In fact, all the things that we don't talk about, then they point to the same thing, and they all get the same foundation. I don't know if you agree with me.
I agree. I agree. I
You
agree.
know,
And the
so
same things that when they go around, how for build trust,
yes,
the need for a roadmap. Waiting will allow we for do that. Because for every day they cost mother bill, cost this. Yes, these guys are all idiots. They'll continue to do all the bad things. Pull and they bring other on. Now the same idiotic system they continue.
well, 19
Let us
man say,
begin to guide society now as to how to do things and do them properly.
well, what do they do with the pull khaki, we wear khaki. Well, if you
All
pull
right.
khaki, wear tragal. If you pull khaki, wear crimpling. If you pull khaki, wear something where, corduroy. Wear better material. You pull khaki, you wear khaki back. In fact, if you not be careful, you pull khaki, you wear tarpaulin. Come on. It's enough now. Famulem, now we come, now we they go. We tell una thank you for our audience. We the beg una, let una continue for subscribe. The more we want to subscribe, and the more we will able get access to more facilities them what we go able to transfer to una. Like for instance, the call in thingy could be more effective where the number gets even more bigger and waiting we do now whatever remuneration what we get, we plow back into the business for make it bigger. It is not about us. It's about you. It's about sharing knowledge. And knowledge is not can cheap. We know they come naya for can show off. We know they come naya for can insult. We come naya for empower. Then one we want time, then take them. Then one we not want time, do ya una left them. But no matter what, you go learn something. You go either learn how for do it right, or you go learn how for do it wrong from what we say now. Whichever way, it don't complete the strata of things, right and wrong. Tambule, na me on this for today. Imran T.
Okay, now thank you. We go see you on Friday.
Sierra Leoneans how una dey do. Sierra Leoneans una kushe o. We all are one, make we live together. Without peace, we no go before. Like you neighbor, no make palava. This alone, now no more we get. For the sake of the picking, then let we make salon. What you don't do for mama salon? When they say water, you say fuck rub you back. And inside you they give peace a chance. Let we make salon. Anything you do, give peace a chance. Let we make salon. And inside you go, give peace a chance. Let we make salon. Salon man, how you dey do? Salon woman, do ya push it? This na the temple that we make we country. Government property, not on you own. Not dirty the streets, not if na office. Waiting up for we, not on you own. Let we like salon, let we put them first. Live at peace inside salon. When they say water, you say fuck rub you back. And inside you they give peace a chance. Let we make salon. Anything you do, give peace a chance. Let we make salon. And inside you go, give peace a chance.